350 small block, 400 horse, bunch of stuff done. That was delivered yesterday. That's going in our 74 Corvette, so that's coming up soon on the channel. And deliveries today, we got these rocker skins. Now the ones I like to use usually have an inch here coming off this, where you can attach. But the truck we're doing seems to be gone right on this edge, and the holes have never been open, and we only need to technically do one, but it's a 10-year-old Dodge, so we're going to do the pair, and we're just going with skins on this Dodge. Sorry about that, hope I don't make you dizzy. We'll just set these over here for now. And I was about to open this, and I thought, let's do a video. So I cut the box, the one box open, but I haven't opened it yet. So let me get a knife. And you know what, let me grab a tripod and we'll see what we got. Well, all right. If you've been a fan of the channel for a while, you go back a ways. At some point I did a video in a blue 79 Camaro, and I think we go for a drive, and I just go for a local cruise around the back roads. And anyway, that's one of my cars. Oh, these are gonna be lovely. So basically, I have a 79 Firebird X3 that I bought in 2018. The car is a Survivor with a small V8. It's got the 301 Pontiac in it. There's probably about 80,000 on it. That's kilometers. We're up here in Ontario, Canada, in the frozen North Wasteland. So I call it a wasteland because it gets pretty... I mean, I'm in the middle of nowhere. So that's kind of good, because I like being in the middle of nowhere. But anyway, the Firebird I got was a one-owner car. And I guess it's what you would call a Survivor, as it's mostly original. But it has seen some paint work at one time and a couple weird little patches of tar in the trunk. Nothing crazy. But the bottom of the car on a hoist is shockingly good. It's never seen floors, and it don't need to see any now. So that's pretty cool. But the paint's getting pretty faded. Okay, these were from OER. So I'm going to expect that they're probably pretty good quality. It's funny, because out of all the things you need, sometimes it's the little things that make you happy. There's repops and whatnot, but the OER stuff, at least the way they advertised it, is that a lot of it was like licensed, whether it be through Mopar, Ford, GM, whatever. And we do have a little tear in the packaging, which is great. How are we doing there? Alrighty. So that's like a stock style silk guard, I guess you'd call it. I'm not sure what it's made out of, but anyway, it's they feel really light, but where they go, I don't think that's going to be a problem at all. Because the ones that are there, the nickel all wore off, and then it looks like aluminum. and basically it's just disintegrating. So we got a pair of those, which is nice. Repop. So this stuff came all the way from Classic Industries out of California. They ship it to Canada somehow via UPS, and then you gotta wait. So I've been waiting for this for not too long, like definitely weeks. Luckily, I'm semi-patient. We're just gonna do that to the box right here on those four, because they're hooked relatively well. There we go. Oh, I think I know what these are. Oh, let's hope they are what I want them to be, and they are. So some Firebirds and Trans Ams. This is your window sweep with the chrome lip on it, which is the Esprit has that, and a few other models. The Trans Ams generally that's just black. My car's a nice blue car with little bits of chrome around the wheels, and obviously right there. There's even a chrome strip at the back of the hood edge. So I'm going to try to keep it as original looking as possible, because I like the blue and the chrome. So we're going to repaint the car, and I think we're going to repaint it this summer. So that'll be on video. As I said earlier, I cut this box, and then this is where I stopped. I basically looked in and I thought, let's just do a video. So the biggest thing with this car is it's all original. And when you got something that's 46 years old, 47 years old, and all original, is your interior is going to suck. So this all started with ordering upholstery, which should be in the box. I don't even remember what all I ordered, but ooh. These are going to be nice. Oh, and the color looks right. So we got a pair of these. These are really hard to get. I did get a pair from a buddy of mine that are in really, really good shape, but they were black. And because we're in Ontario, Canada, I probably would have used them. But figured if I'm ordering all this stuff and paying shipping and paying duty, so duty, for those who don't understand, down in the States, when we get stuff up here to Canada from you guys, if it is available in Canada, we got to pay duty on it. But even paying some duty on it, it's still going to be cheaper than trying to buy it here and paying way more, and possibly not getting OER, right? Everything here basically costs more. Weather seal for the trunk, so that'll make us happy. The only rubbers I still need are the ones that go around the side glass, but they were out of stock at the time. And the price variance from Classic Industries to just order them out of Canada wasn't that far apart, so I figure I'll just order those. Mine aren't terrible, but we'll replace them anyways. And I'm going to be careful opening this. Here, let's pause the video for a second, and I'll bring you back when I get it opened. All right. So I just wanted to cut it open and make sure I didn't cut through, because this is going to be upholstery. So this car was a blue, and it wasn't powder blue. It was, I can't remember the name of the blue, but it'll come to me. So it wasn't dark blue or powder blue. It's kind of an in-between blue. But the interior had this color. And I wanted to keep it original looking because I don't want to do the door panels and everything else. So we basically got the upholstery. So that must be the upper back seat. And there's the front seats. So a long story short, just for those who might wonder, when you're restoring a car, especially in Canada, some of this stuff can be really crazy. You got to shop around. So I still have to get a carpet, possibly. I'm going to clean mine and see where it lands. And if it cleans up good, I'll reuse it. But if I can't, I'm just going to order a new one in Canada, and I'm going to have to bite the bullet on it. Now, a lot of guys will take their car in and get it upholstered. I made a couple calls. I stopped by and saw a couple guys in Ontario, Canada, to redo my buckets and back seats. I was looking at about $4,000 to $4,600. This was 1038 from Classic Industries. That's all the stuff for the back seat, top and bottom. You can see it's in there. Those are the bottoms. And this is obviously all the bucket seat stuff here. So that's all the upholstery. Now I do need a little bit of foam repair. So I do got a guy that'll take care of that for me. Unless I can order the foam in Canada. Again, Classic Industries was out of stock. So I thought I could order it later if I want it. The foam was quite expensive, but here's the kicker, right? I can get the foam repaired or buy the foam here. I couldn't seem to get this stuff here for, it would be like 2-3K. It was just crazy, crazy amounts of money, where this complete seat upholstery kit for the whole car, so 1038 comes to about 1,500 Canadian. There's duty on it, but it is what it is. So buying all this stuff together ended up being about $2,000. So the rubbers, the parts, the door handles were pretty expensive, the door pulls, but you know, we needed them. So anything they had in stock that I needed for this car, seeing how I'm doing shipping and duty and all that stuff, the shipping was about $200. You know, so the total bill was about $2,000 and $50, and then I had to pay duty through UPS, which is added to that, which ended up being $450. So I'm looking at $2,500. Now that said, just the seats alone, and I believe a headliner, the guy told me about $4,600. One guy was going to do $4,500 with the carpet included, but he couldn't find a headliner. I'm just going to get I can get headliner kits in light blue. I'll get one off, you know, the Jungle store, and I'll just spray that and do it myself. Now my headliner, the cardboard, is perfect. It's just, you know, the foam and the stuff all fell off it. So we cleaned it all up and it looks good. So I'm just going to recover it. And I mean, that might be a couple $100 to get it done. I might just get it done, you know, because time is money and all that. But this is going to save me like $2,000. And when I was younger, I used to work at a refinishing shop. And on the other side of the refinishing shop was an upholstery shop. So I know how to pull these onto a seat and hog tie them and all that fun stuff. So as much as I had to pay for this stuff, it's kind of going to save me a lot of time. And I'm sure I'm going to eat up the better part of a weekend. Well, maybe one day. These aren't actually that hard to do. But the big thing is going to be a little bit of my foam might be broke down or whatever. So I might take it to the upholstery shop and get the foam repaired. You know, my seats are pretty good, but the sides up near where your shoulder go, where the sun hits, some of the foam let go, and it wouldn't hurt to redo the bottom bolsters. They're not totally collapsed, but they're not the way they should be. So maybe I'll just order new seat foam through Canada. I'll see what I can find online later. But the bulk of the stuff that was going to cost me money was all this. Now, they didn't have the carpet in stock when I ordered this at Classic Industries. But when they do have it again, the shipping, I noticed, some stuff doesn't ship to Canada, and I think it's due to the size of the packaging. And I believe that that was one of those things. So it's going to be cheaper to just bite the bullet and buy the carpet here in Canada. But anyway, I'll order more stuff. When more stuff comes in, we'll do a video on that. Thanks for watching.